And there is Quintero, who was a personal trainer for the better part of the last 7 years, had 10 amateur fights, and decided to turn pro this past February, and he lost a 4-round decision. And making his pro debut is Jeff Souffrant, 24-year-old, 5'7", 146 pounds. He was a Florida Golden Gloves champ for 3 straight years, had 36 amateur fights, works a couple of jobs for a delivery service as well as security at a call center.
Come on in. Come on in. All right, gentlemen, you guys instructions on that. Obey my command and protect yourself at all times. You have any questions over here? Any over here? Touch them up. Come out of the belt.
So Souffrant and Quintero scheduled for 4. Sam Burgos, the referee, after our main event saw Roberto Garcia earn a 35th win of his career with a 6-round TKO over Victor Cayo.
Quintero's the southpaw. First thing you notice there. He's also over 4 pounds less than his pro debut 2.5 months ago, so he's trying to turn that
down
loss.
already.
Yeah, he's trying to turn that loss by losing weight, but so far it hasn't helped him.
Jeff Souffrant scores a knockdown in the first half minute of his pro career.
Well, Souffrant 3 years younger and more amateur fights. Only 10 amateur fights for Quintero, 36 amateur fights for Souffrant. And usually that shows, and right now it's showing a little bit. And again, Quintero tried to turn it around. I mean, did the right thing. Lost his first pro fight 2.5 months ago. Comes in lighter, 4 pounds lighter. Did the work in the gym, but doesn't always equate the ring. You gotta have the technique, you gotta have the talent. But the good news, Quintero, well, he's still there. And he's still a southpaw. And that can still present problems to the 24-year-old Souffrant who's making his pro debut. Give credit to Souffrant, Joe. You know, there's a kid who works 2 jobs. He's a FedEx overnight and a security guard for AT&T call center. I mean, the kid's in there trying to navigate a pro career and working 2 jobs.
And now showing up on national television as the main event went short. Goes to the body, does Souffrant.
You know, I wonder when rounds go by. Now, Quintero survived. That's the key. I wonder, as a round or 2 goes by, whether or not Souffrant, making his pro debut, whether or not he's mentally going to have a problem with the southpaw who's still in front of him. Because in the amateurs, Souffrant was very honest. He said he was 30 wins, 6 losses was his amateur record. And all his losses, guess what, Joe? You got it, to southpaws. So I wonder whether or not if Souffrant finds Quintero still there, coming on a little bit the next round, if some of those ghosts in the mind, you know, the bats in the belfry, start to talk to him a little bit and saying, hey, you never were able to beat these guys in the amateur. Can you beat them now in the pros? I wonder if that doubt will start to be there. Quintero's going to need that doubt to be there to come back in his fight.
So Jeff Souffrant scored the knockdown in round number 1, his pro debut. ESPN Friday Night Fights is presented by Corona Extra, who invites you to find your beach. And in part by Papa John's, new sweet chili chicken pizza, only $12. Seen good action so far tonight. Gonzalez and Medina in our co-feature, and then Garcia's TKO of Victor Cayo in our main event. This is round number 2 between Jeff Souffrant, making his pro debut, having scored a knockdown in the first round, and the 27-year-old Jorge Quintero.
I got a funny feeling again that the 27-year-old southpaw Jorge Quintero, that's the key, southpaw. might make a little run for it. Not easy to make a run in a 4-round fight when you've been dropped already in the first round. A lot of ground to make up. But again,
punch stat numbers being compiled.
I just
Jeff Souffrant with a 44-6 connect advantage in that first round.
Oh yeah, that was his round. Oh, when you drop a guy, it's usually your round. But again, I'm looking to see whether or not, you know, those ghosts start to show up in the mind of Souffrant, who lost 6 amateur fights and all 6 to lefties.
As this lefty is coming forward a bit here, Jorge Quintero.
That's what I'm talking about. Quintero needs to press behind that jab. Maybe that'll keep him from getting a bloody nose.
As he has right now.
Yeah, because he's getting pot-shotted on the way in by Souffrant because he's not pressing with the jab. He's just walking in. And Souffrant, well, he's got a clear window in front of him to do that, to pot-shot and then get out. But if a jab was coming at him, he couldn't do that so easy. That would stabilize Souffrant a little bit. But no jab from the southpaw Quintero coming forward. And no luck.
Punch that jab numbers. Find ourselves with a minute to go here in round number 2.
If I was in the corner of Quintero, the southpaw, I'd tell him press behind the jab, as I've said. Do that. Press behind the jab so he don't pot shot you on the way in. And also attack that body. 2 reasons. One, Souffrant's been moving around a little bit on those legs, so attack the body, take some air out of those tires a little bit. And also, Souffrant's shown a little defense. You know, he moved his head. There's a nice pot shot with the right hand by Souffrant, moving a little bit and then coming in and stinging with that right hand. That's the punch of choice against lefties quite often, and that's the punch of choice for Souffrant against the southpaw right here.
Finding success here. Another right hand comes in with 10 seconds remaining in the second round, as he's been on an offensive tear to close out this round.
Exactly what the doctor ordered for a win for Garcia. I like Garcia tonight. You know, I like the fact that he gave himself another option to drop down in weight. You know, most of his fights recently have been a junior middleweight. Now he goes back down to welterweight. He makes himself viable. You know, he opens up a nice possibility for him and his people now to try to start making some racket, some noise down in the 147-pounders. And he's a fun guy to watch. I mean, you wouldn't mind having him on your show. He's fan-friendly. He comes forward. And right now, Jeff Souffrant is right-hand friendly. Looking for that right hand against the lefty.
Round number 3 here. Knockdown scored in the first round. His pro debut, Jeff Souffrant.
Hey, he's looking okay, Souffrant. I mean, he's knowing what to do. You get in close. You get a guy putting the earmuffs on like Quintero, go downstairs. He went downstairs. He didn't try to load up too much upstairs. Again, the problem with Quintero, the lefty, plenty of heart, but not the right strategy, not the right approach. Pressing forward all night long, but not effectively. Not behind his jab, and that's what's happening. Jeff Souffrant seeing him coming. You know, he's got just a clear opportunity to see him coming. Nothing in his face, no jab in his face. So Souffrant's doing this, a little legs, a little pot shot.
In the front, okay? In the front, not in the back. Let's go.
You want to make a cake, you put some eggs in there, a little batter, a little butter, a little salt, a little sugar, some flour, you make a cake. You want to outbox a guy, a little legs, a little punching on the outside, picking spots. You make a nice souffle. In this case, a nice souffle.
Have you ever made a cake in your life?
No.
I didn't think so.
No, but I watched the
Because you have a lot of recipe analogies in boxing. They're all brilliant. But I've been to your house, and you're not the one cooking.
No, I'm not. No, that's very observant on your part.
The one who does is very good, though.
No, she does a great job. That's why I don't have to do it. That doesn't make you exactly an amazing press.
I didn't think there was one single cake in you got that all your years.
Yeah.
Nor would I want to taste the cake that you made.
No, you probably wouldn't.
See if Jeff Souffrant can taste victory here as we head to the final round. We will also be hearing from Teddy as to his prediction of Floyd Mayweather, Marcos Maidana. That welterweight title fight coming up Saturday night. You'll be getting on a plane heading to Vegas from right here in Miami first thing in the morning for a full day of coverage on SportsCenter tomorrow with the weigh-in.
Yes, I will be out there breaking down what's going to happen, or trying to break down what's going to happen on Saturday night at the MGM in Las Vegas.
We will have our own world title fight next Saturday. The WBC Heavyweight Championship of the World will be on ESPN, 8 o'clock Eastern, May 10th. Chris Arreola, Berman Stavern.
And right here again, nice mix for Souffrant. The right mix, little legs, little pot shot, little right hands with the lefty. A lefty who's coming in a one-dimensional way. Very predictable way, Quintero. Very game way, but easy to pick up on, easy to figure out. And again, no jab on the way in from Quintero means no success for him as he tries to press. No, remember that old saying, no ticky, no shirty? Oh, no jab when you're boxing a boxer, usually no victory.
There's a left hand that was off the mark from Quintero.
I wonder if one of his employees watching the fight tonight, either at FedEx or AT&T call center, are watching Jeff Souffrant tonight, and if they're going to give him maybe a day off. I would say give him a day off. He's earned it.
Reminder that Oberman is coming up next. Final round here of Souffrant and Quintero. Teddy's prediction for Maidana and Mayweather. And then Oberman will follow us. And Teddy will get himself ready to go out there and get to Vegas and tell the world what to expect. Full coverage on SportsCenter tomorrow of the weigh-in. Fight comes your way Saturday night. It's a right hand from Jeff Souffrant making his pro debut here on Friday Night Fights. We will hear from the judges in a moment, but right now, Teddy, I want to hear from you. Welterweight title fight, Marcos Maidana, Floyd Mayweather. Tell me why this.
We go to the judges' scorecards, and all three judges, Richard Green, William Ray, and Michael Ross, are in agreement, scoring at the same 40-35, all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. And successful here tonight in his professional boxing debut, Jeff Rambo Souffrant.
So he wins his pro debut here in front of his South Florida home fans. Remember that we will have full coverage of the WBC Heavyweight Championship fight. Berman Stavern, Chris Arreola from USC's